Hey, hi everyone. Welcome back to our channel. In the last session, we discussed on how to read the data from the fat files. From the fat files, we have a different fat files like Excel, JSON, XML, and delimited files. In this session, we are going to discuss how to read the data from the database. Okay, coming to our section. Today in this session, we are going to discuss reading and writing the databases. In the first step, we are going to find out which DB type, which database we are going to use. The second, how to create the database connection. In the third step, create a table or schema which will use the existing table, and how to create that schema we are going to we're going to learn. And the fourth one is something like how to operate, something like what are the operations which we performed on the tables. Okay, let's jump into our session. Okay, this is the old one. Let's create a new job. I'll create a new job. Okay, fine. Create a new job. Read SQL. Actually, in this session, I'm using MySQL data. Purpose is reading and writing. Okay, just description for sample purpose. I'm used as a test. Click on the finish. Okay. Again, I'm briefing enter the thing, something like once we create the job, like then only the palette will be enabled, and the designer section will be enabled. This is completely a repository. In this repository, all the jobs and all the contexts and all the SQL templates, code, metadata, and the documentation and the recyclable will be there. And the outliner means something like what are the components which we used, what are the components which we used in our design. Like, for example, if you go with something like JSON, if I double click on it, something like tjson, like what are the components which we used in this designer. We used t file input and t file output and t log row, and all those things will be there. So if there any error messages and all those things, all will be there. And so jump into our section, today's section, read MySQL data. Just click on it. Okay, just capture the MySQL input. Go with this one, or I'm just deleting this one. Select databases, DB specifics, select MySQL, like MySQL input, and copy it. Okay, drag and drop here. Okay, so in a shorter way, I'm just deleting here, deleting this component, and MySQL, because my database is MySQL. MySQL input. I'm just minimizing everything in order to show. Okay. Click on the component. If you are already selected MySQL, it is already in the database type. It is already shown as a MySQL. If you selected something like, if just DB input, everything will be the empty. Then if you select the MySQL, then only it will be all the rest of the properties and all those things will be enabled. Okay, I already selected the MySQL, so that is the reason MySQL database is enabled. Click on OK, fine. Enter the properties enabled. Here is supposed to, if you didn't use DB connections, we have alternative way like metadata. In our next classes, I'll explain how to create the metadata. Metadata means something like DB connection, already predefined DB connections and all those things. Here in this session, I'll explain how to do all from the manual. In the next sections, I'll explain how to use, like if the property type is repository, if you select from the repository, all the connections will be the predefined. So in this session, I'll use built-in only. Uh, for me, something like now I already know all my MySQL connections. That is the reason I'm local host is my host name, port name is already there, and database is already there with my I'll open database. This is my MySQL workbench. So here my all those things, EMB, these are my all my databases: EMPDB, Prakash, TestDB, Test1, and Test2. I'll go with the test2. In the test2, these are my tables like 01, 02, and personal details 2. I'll go with the DB test2. So that is the reason I'll use test2, and username is root, and password how to, okay, fine. I'll pause my session because I don't want to show my password here. Give me 1 minute. Pass. Okay. Again, get back. The schema is not built in. Wait for 1 minute, something like we'll hold it for 1 minute, and we'll design the schema by using the guest schema. And the table name is what is the table name? Person details to PRSONDET, person details to. Okay, just shake or else something like you, if you want to click here, click this one. This is one good way, something like if the if you're getting the enter the things like db test2, then the connection is successful. Just click here and he automatically shows 0102 and personal details. Here also something like 0102 personal details, then connection is successfully done. Click this one. Okay, click on okay. Okay, and query type, and the query is something like guess query, but I don't want to use the guess query. But the guess query I supposed to write like select start from. I'll use this one. Like this is my terminal. I'll use test to like show databases. Okay, I have nearly something like 9 databases I have, and test two use test two. Database is changed. Now I'll go with a select star from. Table name is PST test two. Select start from test two. Sorry, I just want to check show tables. How many, what are the tables? Okay, I have one, two, three. Okay, three tables I have. Now select star from P or SON person D person details to sorry I did a mistake. P or SON person details. You should be very conscious while typing all those things. Okay, P or SON person details too. Okay, this is the data which existing in our table. So I'll go this. Where is my this one? I'll go with this query. Where is my query? This is my query. Just copy this query. Copy. You should know the SQL things a little bit. So while using the databases, so I'm just copying this one, paste. Okay. Now click on the guest schema. So everything is there, first name, last name, address, and city is there. Everything all are into the text. So now everything is fine. Click OK. Now I just want to show the enter the data. I already selected the table and enter the things. Now I'll use the log row in order to show the data. Sorry, I selected the different one. I'll delete this one. The log row. In order to show in our console, always we are going to use the log row. Click this one and connect it to row main. Okay, click this one and click the table. Click the edit schema. Everything is supposed to map sync columns once. Click on the sync columns once. Okay. Now we are going to run this, enter the job. Also, what we did is something like I just want to go here. First, we define our like we already know that something like DB type is MySQL, and we established our DB connection. After that, we create our we captured our table from the our DB connection like person details to and we captured the schema from the table, and after that we operate operations on our table is something like we just show that enter the data in our console in our console by using the tlog row. Okay, now go to this one. I hope everything will be perfect. If we did any mistake, then it will throw errors, then we'll rectify those errors. Click on the run. Okay, everything is fine. That's fine. Now the first name, last name, address, and city is there. We got the details, like all the details which are existing in our table, showing here. That's fine for this job. We just compared with the console data and the MySQL data. How many rows are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 rows are there. And we'll go with the MySQL bench. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Last one is the Arjun. Okay, where is this one? Last one is the Ajam. Everything is fine. That's how in this session we learned something like how to read the data from the databases. In the later sections, I'll discuss more on these databases and all those things. Okay, thank you guys. Have a nice day.